In today's video, I am going to be breaking down the best grade 9 basketball player here in Canada right now, and that is David Kouadio. This is the highlights from this past weekend, or actually last weekend, from the Jane and Finch tournament. So let's get down and let's check out what he does really well that you can do as well so that you can improve your game. So the first thing here is he is an extremely fast player, which essentially means that if you can become fast yourself, and this is going to be something that comes down to a lot of training on sprints, hill sprints, and things like that, where now, if you can beat out other players from the other team getting back on defense and you can just sprint down court, then this is going to be you in the future. You can easily get a ton of points off of just sprinting down court. Okay, so now in this next clip, look at how low David gets when he is attacking his defender in this clip. So when he's attacking his defender, he's got his shoulders lower than his defender's shoulders. This is going to be able to give him leverage to be able to cut in front of his defender. As you can see right here, this is actually a perfect angle of this so that he's able to get his left shoulder in front of the right shoulder of his defender. He's able to get his left shoulder into the chest of that defender, which then allows him to be able to cut that man off. Now, while you may think that this is a good angle to be able to hit that layup, he is collecting a secondary defender in the Jane and Finch tournament. Generally, not many fouls are being called, so right here, the defender could easily just go over top, as we can see right here. And even if David made contact with that defensive player in a tournament like an AAU tournament in Canada, that is very rarely going to get called a foul just because of how the referees ref those games. So the kick-out pass in this situation is the right idea, and in my opinion, it is the correct idea to hit this man anyways, because anytime you collect two guys without another defender coming down to play drop, that kick-out three is a very valuable shot. And the fact that when it comes to colleges and universities, this is going to be something that they look for in guards. And David plays the point guard position. And yes, this player did make that shot. This next clip right here, this is another fast break. However, watch what David is able to do here. He is able to spin off of his man, as we can see right here, and then watch how high of an arcing shot he gets from his left hand. Being able to go well above that backboard and then able to get that made shot. Being able to use both your right and left hand in the game of basketball is very valuable, and in this case, being able to have the touch to be able to get that ball up in a high arc is going to be very valuable as well. So this is something that if you're a younger basketball player looking to become an elite talent, this is something that you're going to have to work on. Also, being able to cut off ball. This is another skill that a lot of players do not have because they would rather just sit out on the perimeter and say, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. Even though there's a player who is currently stuck getting essentially a double team, what we can see right here. And that allows David to be able to cut back door because his man is number 23 and that man is currently double teaming the ball, which then allows David to be wide open, has the wide open lane to the basket, and then he's able to make that layup. So by simply cutting off ball and getting to the rim, as long as you've got players who can actually see you cutting and they'll make that pass, you're going to be very successful, and this can get you an easy 2, maybe 3 baskets a game, and that right there is 6 points. By just running on the fast break, you could get another 6 points. Now you're at 12 points altogether, and this is starting to look very easy to be able to score. This next clip, you're just basically looking at a player who's being aggressive, getting to the rim. Now, right here, he was not really faced with much of a defense. His man allowed him to blow by. He had a help defender that didn't exactly do much. They just jumped straight up, so he's able to get around them, get the layup. Very simple, very easy. And then anytime that you have a kick-out pass, if you're wide open, if you got a guy who's like maybe 15, 20 feet away, you have to be able to take that shot and you have to be able to make it. Especially corner shots. Now, this is not a corner shot, but if you are looking to go to the university level, every single kick-out corner shot that is wide open has to be hit. If you miss one, that's going to be telling coaches that you may not be very consistent from the three-point line. You have to hit those kick-out shots. You also have to be able to, if you're a guard, score against multiple players against different heights, but also being able to change up your speeds. That's what worked here. So as we can see right here, David is essentially jogging up the court. I'm going to put this into real speed so you can actually see it in real live time. But he is jogging up the court, and then all of a sudden he gets low, and then he explodes to the basket. Being able to change your height of your shoulders, as we can see right here, and then get down low. And then by getting down low, he's able to then dig his shoulder into the body of that defender. Now, if you look at this defender, there's a whole foot, maybe more, between the shoulder height. That is going to allow you as the offensive player, especially if you're going against centers on the other team, to have a massive advantage and just get to the rim. And that's exactly what we see right here. Another thing that we see, that I see, and that I really pay attention to for younger basketball players, and for anyone who watches me and they know people who may get trained by myself, watch this. So when David attacks this basket, does he gather with two hands? Does he bring that ball to his left side where he goes left, right? No, he keeps it to his right side, he gathers with his one hand, and then he goes up with that same hand. If you gather with two and bring it to your opposite side where the defender is, he's just easily going to swipe it away and say, that is my ball. If you have that ball from your chest down to just below your waist, and you bring it down to this height, remember, your hands are part of the ball if they are touching the ball, which means that if they make contact with your hand and rip it from you, they could literally rip your hand right off your arm. It's not a foul. So you got to keep it away from that defender, and that's exactly what David is able to do right here. So if you are a younger basketball player looking to improve your game and become better than, of course, potentially David or whoever else, then these are some of the tips that you need to become a better player. Make sure to go check out the shooting guard workout that is down in the description below. That is going to give you training as well as actual workouts with weights that will help you improve your game, but also it's going to give you basketball IQ because it's going to tell you what to look for and reads that you need to be able to make in the game. Anyways, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.